It's the Millewa Football and Netball League report, and great to have our regular guests on the radio to chat about it, Matt Kelly. Matt, how are you today?
Yeah, going well, thanks, Fly Man.
Well, I tell you what, there was a lot of people out and about at the Speed Mallee Machinery Field days from out of the Millewa. Nice to catch up with folk from there listening to 96.9. And also good to have a look at last week's results. Not good for your Moringa folk because Cardross 43-23 to 181 to Moringa 5-3-33.
Yeah, well, that's a very, very large score, isn't it? So it would have been a long day for the Moringa defenders. They would have had very sore arms from putting them up in the air, extending the mark. It was it's a huge score for Cardross last week.
It was, wasn't it? The Nayland brothers got going, both of them in best players, and one of them in the goal kicking. Chad kicked 12, Liam Mertens kicked 6, Cooper and Francesco Magelli and Lee Taylor all booted 5 in a big score. Meli Kalatulakitagi, I can't say that. Millie, he was best on ground for the Moringa boys, and Lucas Pettit kicked 2 and 1 each to Nick Arnold, Damick Jones and Philip Smith. Look, they've put a team on the park to kick 5 goals actually when the other mob have kicked 43. Actually, it's probably a good performance.
Yeah, well, they must have made the most of their opportunities, I guess, because the ball was obviously down their opposition's end a lot for that sort of score. But they've obviously made it count when they had it in their 50.
Certainly did. Your boys came up against the top side Bamble, and it wasn't much better there. 29-14, 188 to Werribee 3-2-20. How would you describe the Bamble victory?
The Bamble performance was fairly solid, I think you'd have to say. Fly Man, they certainly were consistent every quarter. So we just couldn't hold them. They were very strong up forward. They were able to kick goals a little bit too easily, and unfortunately we weren't able to put very much pressure on them when the ball went in there. So they had some. Their scoring shots were generally from out in front and easy spots to kick goals from. So that probably goes to show how they got the goals and kicked fairly accurately.
They did actually brilliantly because they had Michael Hurrell with 12, Jason Hurrah 6, Sam Foreman 4, and Nathan Hurrah, and along with a string of players with a couple, and a great performance from Nathan Hurrah, Michael Hurrah, Sam Foreman, Callum Doring, and a good effort from Larry Petrolo. Colby Loxton going well, Dakota Henskin, and also Aaron Montgomery and James Gutchin were your better players. Goals hard to get. Barton, Carter and Henskin all kicked single goals for your side. The match of the round was Gol Gol and Nangiloc, and Gol Gol 17-8 over Nangi 8-9.
Yes, I think that probably tells a fairly clear story for how those two sides are going. I think Nangiloc have certainly come off the boil a bit, and we'll find things pretty tough heading into finals now with that sort of a margin. The amount of scoring shots and the amount of the ball that Gol Gol had too is fairly resounding. So it puts Gol in a good position and finding some pretty good form with only a couple of rounds to go to a finals.
Kurt Frere booted 5 goals for the defeated side, and Connor Robinson and Joshua Berry played well for Nangi. Gol Gol had on their side of the ledger a slow start, I might add, from them too. Only kicked 2 points to 2-2 in the first quarter, but 6 goals in the second quarter to 2 got them back on track. And Gareth Collinson was part of that with 5, and Connor Darby kicked 3, and Logan McKinnon and Rowan O'Connor were the better players there for the Hawks. Over to the women's competition, and in round number 13 action, Cardross 12-11 over the Moringa girls 1-1. I guess for the Moringa girls, they've been scoring, and that's a good thing, and they did get close the week before in a match, so it's been an improvement from the Moringa Kangaroo girls. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, they have improved to last season, so there's certainly some positives there. They probably need another 3 or 4 good players would make them a lot more competitive in their game. So hopefully they can keep their side together and pick a few more up and be a lot more of a threat and competitive going into next season.
Yeah, Hayley Chandler was competitive. She got a goal, and Miranda King and Amelia Mitchell and Kanisha Williams and Monique Pettit, Hayley Chandler and Amber Pettit were the better players, and Dahlia Dolick, Chelsea Humphrey and Amy McCutcheon were the better players for Cardross, who had Humphrey kicking 5 and Lisa O'Connell booting 3 in a winning side. Other matches in the women's, and your girls 18-8 to 116 reversed that the senior football men's result when they beat Bamble 2-3-15, 101 points. The girls must have celebrated when they got 100 in front.
Yeah, for sure. We're certainly talking a lot more about the women's footy side than the men's footy side this season, man. So
Yes.
they've, our girls have, they've been saying it all season. They're a very, very even lot, and I think that would probably be the largest scoring margin they've had against Bamble. Largest winning margin rather against Bamble for some time, if not since the inception of the competition. So that's a very big win to the Werribee girls.
The Taylor ladies were good, with Larissa kicking 2 goals, and Lola Madu and Loie Taylor were very good for the winning or for the losing side. But the winning side, Courtney Sandeman, Emerson Lahoo, Lorraine Lowerson, and Marley Hards was hard to stop. She kicked 7 goals in a very good effort.
Yeah, she's the dynamic forward, Marley, and she's one of the best forwards in the competition. So, but yeah, she had a bit of a bad run of luck last season in finals. She missed most of the grand final day, hurting herself very early. So she'll be certainly looking to for a bit of redemption this year and show her wares. During the final series.
She certainly will. Having a look at the Millewa netball on the weekend and a quick run through the scores. We had A-grade Werribee 48 to Bamble 28. Nangiloc 49 got over Gol Gol 38, and Moringa 41 over Cardross 40 in a thrilling game. And B-grade Gol Gol 37 over Nangiloc 31, Werribee 38 over Bamble 35, and Cardross 36 over Moringa 28. C-grade had Cardross 40 over Moringa 24, Werribee 41 over Bamble 24. Your C-grade stars again doing the job there in a terrific performance, Matt.
Oh, they're flying, those girls. They're not afraid to let anyone know how well they're going. They're a confident little lot, and they're undefeated so far. So I suppose they've got every right to be spruiking, but no, they're playing very well.
Gol Gol 43 over Nangiloc 15 in the other C-grade match. The under-18s Moringa 38. Great effort by the Moringa girls over Cardross 27. Under 15 girls, Moringa 43 over Cardross 9. Excellent performance. The Moringa netball girls are right on top there. Bamble 33 over Werribee 15, and Gol Gol 28 over Nangiloc 5 in the netty. All right, we go to this week's football competition, and we're right now in with the men's comp. And look at it, round number 14, 2 home and away matches to go. One more game at the Lake, and Werribee Pies take on the Gol Gol Hawks. The last home and away match at the Lake for this season. Can the Werribee Pies salvage something out of it?
Well, surely we've got last home game. It's something for the boys to play for. It can become quite tricky towards the end of the season when you haven't won many games. There are a few extra injuries and niggles seem to appear, and less magnets seem to appear and on the board come Thursday night. So it's certainly a challenge for the Werribee boys at the moment and for the selection committee. I think the Werribee boys will take it right up to Gol Gol.
Well, I think they'll take it up to them. I haven't seen Matt Kelly's name appear on the list. I thought, given the form, the slump of the last part of the season, they bringing back the veteran might have been in honour for this weekend.
No, and I think we have been struggling a little bit, but not that much, man. So I think it's best to leave it to those that are on the improve in their career rather than on the downward slide. So no, I think young boys will learn a lot out this week and hopefully can be competitive all day.
Yeah, quit themselves well. They also don't have a magnet they didn't have with your name on it, so apparently they've left you out. But Nangiloc play Moringa, and Moringa just want to find something after last week. A very disappointing Moringa side that when they got really nailed by one of the top sides, Cardross. But Nangiloc wants some percentage out of it and get some form back as they head into the finals.
Yeah, for sure. But both sides have got a bit to play for here. But I think, Moringa would certainly be fairly disappointed with their last couple of outings, I guess, since their well-documented win. So I think, they'll certainly be looking to gain a little bit of momentum back. And I think Nangi might be right for the picking too. They're sort of struggling a bit. But in saying that, Nangi's got probably more to play for. They're in the finals and need to find some form, and find it very quickly. So they'll be wanting to get some runs on the board and kick a decent score is what they'll be wanting to do.
We've got a top-of-the-table clash for our final one. Bamble play Cardross, and they could beat in 2 or so weeks' time when finals start as a second semi-final. So in a way, bragging rights as Cardross take on Bamble.
Yeah, for sure. I think this will be a very good game, and I expect it to be very close. Bamble's form has been fairly consistent, fairly steady for the season, and probably building a little bit from their earlier games. So they're quite consistent, but they've got quite a few injuries too, Bamble. So hopefully for them they can get a few back in this week. Cardross, on the other hand, have been quite up and down with their form, but their best footy is as good as Bamble. So I would expect not too much in this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardi boys get up in this particular game.
Big game of football for Cardross and Bamble. If you take the result against Moringa, you'd be spot on, because it was 5 goals difference in the scoreline, 38 to Bamble and 43 to Cardross. But I think it works a bit differently on the footy field than that, and I'm looking forward, Matt Kelly, to the results coming through. I'm sure you'll be barracking for those Pie girls too when they come up in their match, their next game, which will be a very important one against Gol Gol. So I'll leave you to finish the program with your traditional finish.
Thanks, Flo, man. Go Pies.